All right, y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe like I always tell y'all to do in the beginning or the end of my videos. Before we start the video, write me, King Tyson 713 at yahoo.com. If you got any questions, you want my advice about something, or you got any ideas for the next video, write me, King Tyson 713 at yahoo.com. I will not keep you waiting long. When you write me, I don't charge y'all for giving my advice out, anything like that. Y'all just hit me up. Also too, I got a t-shirt line, y'all. I sell men t-shirts, women t-shirts, and kids t-shirts, y'all. The prices are cheap. The men shirts are $19.99. The women's shirts are $14.99. And the kids shirts are $12.99. Y'all, it's cheap. The shipping might be $5, $6, y'all. That's it. I don't try to sell t-shirts for $50, $60. Nah, I keep it simple, and the quality is good. It's good quality t-shirts. The women t-shirts, they fit cute. They're not the boxy shirts like this. So basically what I'm saying is, like, you know how if someone sells shirts and it's like the women's shirts be like the same size as the men's shirts, but they be boxy and stuff. Nah, these women's shirts are fitted. I got them in round necks and V-necks for the ladies. The kids shirts are the kids shirts. Y'all, I'm pretty professional with it, y'all. I got a tag on it, you know what I mean, with my logo on it. I'm sorry, the tag on the back of the shirt with my logo on it. And even a Hanes paper tag. Yeah, I'm doing professional, y'all. You know, but y'all check that website out, streetstarclothing.com, STR8 streetstarclothing.com. Check me out, man. Also too. I got a lot of videos, y'all, and I always say this, I do not keep my videos very long, 20 minutes at the most, but normally I typically keep them under 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I got some that's shorter than that, because I believe in getting straight to the point, not over talking and y'all getting bored by me and then y'all clicking off the video. So I keep it really short and sweet, straight to the point. But anyway, if you go to the video tabs, scroll down my videos. If there's a title that you like, click on it and watch it. Don't let this be the only video that you watch. All my supporters, all my people that's on my channel, that's the subscribers, I appreciate y'all. All the the first time people come, I appreciate y'all as well. All the people engage in the comments, whether it be negative or positive comments, I appreciate it, y'all. I mean, we gonna keep this thing going. Like I say, y'all, every person has their own opinion. You know, we're not to ridicule someone's opinion. All I say is you can have your own opinion, but just be respectful. You don't have to be disrespectful to have an opinion. And that's the problem with the internet. It's nothing wrong with having your own opinion, but you don't have to be disrespectful. You can say, nah, I don't feel that's true. Nah, you wrong on that. But to be disrespectful and call somebody at their name in the comments and all that, that's just crazy. You know, we grown at the end of the day. But you got some trolls that just come with the internet. But anyway, so look, let's get to the video. So we're gonna quit wasting time. So listen, how do you feel about older kids still living at home? Now, let me explain something to you. Let me give y'all a situation, right? Let's just say that, we're older, right? And a man and a woman, they meet. The woman might have kids, the guy might have kids or whatnot. You know, typically the guys, when a man has kids previously before the woman he's with, usually the kids are staying with the mother. So the kids come over on every other weekend or something like that, right? So those kids don't typically live with the man. Now, when he meets a new woman, they get together, they possibly could get married, or they live together, and she has her kids and her kids are in the household. What do you feel about when the kids are older and they living at home? And now it's like, okay, we got some grown young adults living at home. What do y'all feel about this? I'm gonna give you my opinion about this because I feel like it does affect relationships, a marriage. I feel like it affects that because, and I know I'm kind of because I got stepsons myself, right? And you know, my thing is this. You know, I love my stepsons, man. You know what I'm saying? Good young dudes. But the thing about it is, I come from the old school, y'all. I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 years old this year. And let me say this. I come from a era to where we don't ask for no handouts. We got to go out there and get it, especially if you a man. And my thing is, you know, I understand if you 18, 19, 20. It's not about leaving somebody, leaving this young kid on their own. But it's like, what are they doing? Are they working? They going to school? What is your next step? And I know people, they criticize people to say, hey, you know, at 18 years old, you can't just let a young adult go out there on their own and be out there on their own. You can't have that. And we come from a different era to where it was people, y'all. It was 16, 17-year-olds in my era that already had their own apartment. 18 people was, and 18 is still you could go to the military, right? 18 people was really getting out there, getting and having their own. I think a lot of times this new generation, I think they are a lot of codependent on their parents. I'm not saying all the young people are codependent on parents, but I'm saying there's a very large percentage are very codependent upon their parents. And I think that the internet messed up a lot of, it's the age of technology to where these kids are a lot smarter than what we were back then, but also too, they lack social skills. They lack the responsibility of going early, getting a job early, going to school, working, paying bills early. They feel like they should. A lot of young people, and I'm talking to my audience of my people that's older, that has older kids. You know what I'm talking about. I feel like that's kind of the old way is kind of like it's not there no more, right? So a lot of times it's causing older kids in their mid-20s and even their late 20s to kind of still feel like they're still attached to their mother as far the parents, as far as being codependent upon. And my thing is, as a man, you can't be like that. You could be close to your mama like I am, man. I am a mama's boy. As far as I talk to my mama on a consistent basis, so I see my mama a lot, man. But as far as my own responsibility and paying my bills and stuff like that, that's all on me. I always have been like that since I moved out my mom's house. And I feel like that when you start being in your mid-20s, your late 20s, you got to, especially as a man, I'm talking to the men right now, the young men. I'm talking to my older people too who have these young men, young adults. They got to have the responsibility, y'all. I know we want to shelter them and make allow them to have more free will than how we had it back in the day. But a lot of the old school teaching that we learned, it pays off now and still forever pays off. We can't take that away from, this new generation, because that's the problem now. We got a generation of young people that feel like the world owes them something. And we knew when we grew up that we knew that the world didn't owe us anything. We knew that the situations we grew up in, we knew that we had to make the best of it. Our mother might not have been the best mother. Our father wasn't around, but we had to make the best of it. We might not have had a lot of money. We might have struggled, all kind of things, but we had to make the best of it. We didn't blame mama. We just, okay, when we got a little older, we able to work. We can help mama pay bills. I remember being 14, getting a program to get paid, and was giving mama money to put on the bill. I was in high school working. I give mama insurance money, you know, pay on a car insurance or pay a bill. You know, everything, my own phone. I had to do everything myself. You know, now back then we had cell phones with minutes, so I had to pay on my minutes. But I had to pay for my own phone and everything. I think that this new generation, the parents, we've tried to make it easier for our kids, and a lot of that is starting to backfire on us now, because now the kids are very spoiled to where even as an adult, they still feel like they are teenagers and feeling like they still could be codependent on mama or the parents. This is why you have a lot of kids who are socially awkward. They don't know how to go on an interview and do a good interview. They're nervous, you know, smart kids, smart as ever, but when it comes to social skills, this is what they lack. And this is the real world. This internet, this YouTube, social media, all this is virtual reality. All that's the metaverse. When we talking about real, and it's people who actually live their life off of social media in the metaverse. And when you see them in person, they are not the person that they are on social media or in the metaverse, because they created this whole facade about them. But when you're within the real world, they could barely talk. You know, this is a reality. This is why you got a lot of young people feel like they got to turn to dating apps and meeting men off of social media apps and dating apps or whatever, right? Because they don't know how to engage in a person, you know, engage with someone in person, actually going up to them and talking to them. The young guys don't know how to go up to women these days. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. I want to talk to you. I get your number. Talk to you. They don't know how to do that. Everything is based on meeting them off of social media. You know, I mean, and that's fine. But at the same time, as parents, what are we doing to our young people, right? We want to protect them. We want to shelter them. We want to give them a better life that we had when we was coming up. But we can't take away those old school morals and values. And this is what we lacking. So back to my original statement, my personal opinion, as a man, it's okay to help your kids. You always help your kids because they're your kids. But we can also handicap our kids too. And our kids could be 22, 23, 24, 25, 28. And we handicapping them, and they not even learning how to be, and I talk to the young brothers, being a real man, handling the responsibility. Then they get out here, when they finally do get with women, the women are mad because they're like, what the hell have your mama taught you? What the hell have you learned? I got to teach you everything. Women got to teach the guys shit because they didn't learn this stuff at home. Because the parents or mama baby these damn kids. You know what I'm saying? They baby them. They did everything for them because we want to protect them. We want to shield them from stuff. We want to make it easier for them. But making them too easy for them is making these kids lazy and making them spoiled and thinking that the world is some big favor that owes them because they're born. So my thing is this, parents, you have to show tough love on your kids. That's the only way they're gonna learn it. They need to get a real dose of reality. Because what happens if, God forbid, you're not around anymore, and then they just out here in the world just wandering? So I tell my people on here that's parents, you start having teenage kids, start working with them early. Start teaching them how to, okay, listen, you know, back in the day, you teach them how to balance your checkbook and all that stuff, right? All that's outdated. Start teaching them about bills. Start taking them to the grocery stores and showing them, hey, listen, this is how you do, this is how you pick groceries out. You know, these are the deals. Use coupons or whatever, you know, store apps. Get this, get that. This is a good deal. This is a bad deal. Start letting them cook. Show them how to cook. Show them how to make things. You know, start showing them, okay, listen, when you work, you're going to get you a job. Even if you got to work 10 hours a week. If you're young, 16 years old, 17, they go to high school, they're going to college, start teaching them to work. Let them work early. And, you know, even if just tell her, hey, you don't have to give me no money for your bills, but at least you're going to have where you can pay your own cell phone bill. At least do that. You know, you got to start teaching these kids responsibility, because right now you teach them when they're young, so when they get older, they have it locked in. They already know what to do. When you don't teach them this stuff, when they get older, it becomes a problem when they get into a full adult life, and then they can't handle it. They can't handle the stress of life. You know what I'm saying? Just like stress of life get to us, it'll get to them too, but it gets to them, it touches them on a whole different basis. You know, it be some of the things that these young kids go through. We be like, man, I wish I only had to go through that when I was your age. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to tune out their feelings, because how we was raised, and that's men and women back in the day. I never want to tune out their feelings, because they have feelings too. But we got to start teaching our kids. And if you do this, this ain't for you. This is for just general, you know, because we got a lot of grown young adults out here that's just riding the wave, and they don't understand time goes by fast, whether you're doing something or not. I can remember when I was 30 years old. I can remember when I was 25, I was 20, I was 16. I can remember that. And it seemed like it went so fast. And I'll be 41 this year. Time goes by fast. And these kids, they think when you're young, because we thought we was young when we was young back then. We thought, okay, we going to be young. But the reality is you ain't going to be young forever. You got to get it together. Start working on getting it together now. And that's something that the parents, we got to teach these young people. And I always say this, you don't want no young adult man, grown man living in your house, especially if you got a husband or you got a man that's potentially finna be a husband. I'm telling you now, that creates a division, especially if it's not his child. You got two men in the house, it's hard to coexist. When I'm a man and I'm working every day, I'm paying bills, I'm making the sacrifices, providing for my family, and I got a grown man, 25, 28, 29, 30 years old, ain't working, playing video games in his room like he's a 13, 14-year-old. I'll be straight honest. That is not fair to that man who's coming in as a provider and a protector in that household, to sit there and put up with your grown, and I'm talking to the ladies right there, your grown child, man. Your grown child, man. And mothers, stop making excuses for the kids. You gotta start making excuses, because when we were your age, there was no excuses made. We faced all types of hurdles, things that stopped us, or attempted to stop us from being where we are now, and we made it out just fine. You gotta show some tough love to these kids, because let me explain something to you, parents, especially, and I'm talking to the mothers with this. You can't make your whole life around your kids. Because let me explain something to you. You make your whole life around your kids get older, and then they start having kids. And they're not going to be available to you on a day-to-day basis. And then you sit there, put your whole life for your kids, and then they grown, they start having their own kids, they move away or whatever. And then you're not been having a companionship, a mate for yourself, to where now you feel like you done got too older. Now it's hard for you to get with someone, because you've been making your whole life about your kids. And a lot of ladies are starting to fall into that category, to where you have a couple of bad relationships, and you just, I'm gonna lock it down, and I'm just gonna be focused on my kids only. It's good to be focused on your kids, but when your kids get older, what are you gonna do? Because once kids start getting older and they start being adults and they start having their own lives, they don't be running to, they don't be about mama, how they was when they was in the household. I know I kind of went into two different ways about those kids that's move on versus the kids that's still stuck at home. So but I'm just touching on both. Let me say that. So this is why I say it can affect a relationship. And it's not, ladies, if you listen to me, if you have this situation going on, listen to me. It is not fair for that man to be put in that situation, especially if it's not his, if his son is not his son. Now, daughters, let me say this. Daughters are a little bit different. You know, I'm kind of soft-hearted to, like my stepdaughter, I'm soft-hearted because she's a woman. You got to look at it like this. This is how I look at it. I don't never want, my stepdaughter to feel like, hey, I got to be with this man because I ain't got nowhere to go. So I'm going to just be here and take whatever, right? I don't have a place to call home, and I think that's pretty fair, because ladies will sit there and really be going through some stuff, putting up with it because they don't have nowhere to go. So you always want to have an option for your daughter too. Like, listen, baby, you my baby. My baby. And I'll just give y'all the whole thing about when it comes to the sons. But you my daughter. If you ever be in a situation you living with a man and it don't work out, whatever, you always got a place here to stay. And I know it's supposed to be like that with the men, but with the boys. But let me say this: as young men, as a man, you have so many opportunities to make money, whether it be warehouse jobs, hard working jobs, you could do day labor jobs. It's so many opportunities for a man to get money versus a woman to get money. So this is the reason why I said it should be no excuse. And I always tell my young brothers, if you don't want to go to college, get you a trade. Get a trade. A trade, I'm able to provide for my family with a trade. I make really good money by day. I just do this as a hobby, y'all. Make videos as a hobby. But a trade, you really make some money. Trades can make more money than a person with a college degree, and that is facts. A lot of the times they do. I'm gonna be straight real. So what I'm saying is for the young men, no excuses. Get out there, get on your own. You're young adults. You got to get out there and get it for yourself. And I just don't want that to affect the relationship, ladies, because I'm talking to the ladies right there. I don't want this to affect your relationship. And I know you love your kids. I never put my kids out. They need a place to stay. I understand that. That's cool. Even if it's a temporary thing, that's cool. But you harboring these grown young men, child men, it gotta stop. It gotta stop. You hindering these boys, And I know it's a hard subject to talk about, but I had to talk about it. But y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments, y'all. Am I right? Am I wrong? You said King Tyson. I don't agree with you, man. These my kids. They always got a place for me, even if it's my son. He's okay with it. Y'all tell me y'all opinion about this. On to the next one. Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm out.